Howdy. Maybe you've seen this already, but let's talk quickly about lightning strikes. Striking discovery. Unique image reveals how lightning rods work. So there's a video which somehow stops in a rather odd moment. But I want to point out if we can stop it. No, we can't. It's a loop. But there is stuff going on here as well. So it's not only the lightning you can see. It's not only the hot plasma which is moving. There is also many other things going on which are probably not that well visible. And there's like also something here. You can see it now. But it's unstoppable, this video. So there is something also going on here which I find very interesting. Something is descending, at least it looks like that. I will put a link below to this. You can read this about lightning rods and lightning. But I can't get my eyes off these. I don't know if they mention these in the article. I bet they don't. But anyway, let's go to check out some earthquakes. Because there is something going on in Germany. We had yesterday the activity around the Eiffel volcanic complex here. And we are watching at 48 hours. And there has been a quake also here. It's a green one. And it is unconfirmed. And green means it's deeper than others. 75 kilometers, which is rather deep. Reports? Is there any report about such a quake? Because it is unconfirmed, but still. Something shaked loudly. Yeah. Sound is reported. People heard that. And there's a smaller one up here. 4 kilometers in depth, 1.7. There's a deeper one also off the shore of England. 97 kilometers, which is also very interesting. And then we have to go over to Greenland, where we find once again, in a way, this impossible river pattern or impossible intersections of glaciers. If the glaciers, according to common theory, carved out all these valleys, I really don't know how they make this intersection with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different glaciers. But there is one, and there's an intersection of 6 glaciers. Doesn't make any sense to me. But we had a 4.5 10 hours ago. One user report. Check it out. There might be eggs somewhere now. The chickens are. Weak shaking, rattling, vibrating. 2.2. Now they start. I have to go to another place. It's very interesting that someone is reporting it. There are some villages, places. And this is a rather cold area, I would say. There might be many glaciers in Greenland. And the reason why I find this very interesting is Greenland is bigger than Iceland. And we have the activity going on in Kamchatka. In about a week or so, the SO2 cloud will reach Europe. And there is also activity going on. Let's check out the last 2 hours. No. 24? Yeah. Something seems to flare up here once again. 4 hours ago. Yeah. It's still ongoing. But Here we have Iceland, Grímsvötn. Grímsvötn caldera, effusive explosive magma water ice reaction, produces notorious and frequent floods of meltwater bursts from the glacier. Grímsvötn is Iceland's most frequently active volcano, probably because it is located at the center of the active northeastern rift zone of Iceland. Most of the volcano is hidden beneath the giant glacier of Vatnajökull, Europe's largest glacier. And this is from my mountain water paper. Really at the end, there are some additions made to that, but this was the old end of the paper. Possibly, or conclusion, possibly, glacier carrying mountains and mountains with craters on top, which are fed with groundwater. Hence, lakes should be called cryptogeysers because they are active geological features. They should be treated with respect because they can be very dangerous. Millions of people live within the Alps region, many probably totally unaware of the danger potential of their environment. While glaciers are considered as contemporary lava streams made of water, which means it is part of a volcano, which do erupt with water, each according to its own frequency. This explains glaciers in a totally different context from the commonly accepted science. By the way, Grímsvötn volcano in Iceland is one of Europe's biggest volcanoes and it is buried under Europe's biggest glacier. This is maybe not so much of a coincidence after all. And about the Cryptogeysers thing, these are the additions I still made. Poás Volcano, Costa Rica. In my paper I talk about cryptogeysers. It is a term I invented in order to describe water sources which could produce sudden and unexpected, rather large eruptions mostly by water. We have to keep in mind that the main trend in geothermal, volcanic and seismic activity has been decreasing for a long time, maybe several hundreds of years. A possible indicator of decreasing geothermal activity we could take the abandoned castles in Central Europe. Let's go on like here, meaning that, let's continue here, meaning that many places are by far not as active, hot or rich in minerals as they were several hundred or even thousands of years ago. Bruce Leyburn brought the Poás volcano to my attention because its eruption style is often described as giant geyser-like eruption. It can produce water columns up to 4 kilometers high. A giant geyser indeed. Poás volcano is a very interesting volcano consisting of different parts of activity. It contains also one of the world's most poisonous lakes with a pH of almost 0. The volcano has 3 different lakes, and each has its very own personality. Conclusion: giant geysers are existing and are not something needed to be imagined. Yeah, let this sink in for a second. But there has been also some tornado in Turkey, and I checked out the location, the approximate location of it on Google Earth, of where the tornado has been. And tornadoes, or whatever else weather phenomena they are, electric in nature. So I thought if there is like much activity earthquake-wise in Turkey anyway, it wouldn't surprise me to have maybe some kind of volcanic eruption going on there as well. Energy exchange from the ground to the atmosphere in form of weather. And I saw this tornado as something, as an indicator. So I went over to Google Earth and checked out the region where this tornado has been 2 days ago or yesterday. And I found this. Check this out. Yeah, I followed a tornado. Went over to Google Earth and checked out the surroundings. And this is what I found. Ain't that amazing? These are quite surely created. I'm not talking about the caves, I talk about the mountain itself. With electricity. Limestone got fused together. Maybe mixed with sand, so we get some kind of sandstone, limestone mixture. And these kind of phenomena, there are like several places in Turkey where you find these kind of places. There's a lower floor and also an upper floor. Yeah. That's amazing. And I have been saving this now for many hours on my phone that I won't miss this again, because many times I find something and then I will never find it again. So now this time I try to save it in order to for you to see that as well. And it was some YouTube short where there's a volcano, no, not volcano, tornado in Turkey, somewhere in the city, and I went to check the surroundings, and this is what I found. Yeah, I think it's very cool. So you can find clues everywhere. You may just need to have the eye to see the stuff and an open mind in order to do something with the things you find. But anyway, quake activity in Europe continuing. Quake activity in Greenland, which is very interesting. Glacial quakes, or how you whatever want to call it. And a tornado in Turkey made me to find this place. Thanks.